Those of us around the world who are alarmed at the current state of the Earth, the probable number being in the billions, can now link together and make a focused call for planetary peace. Switzerland has used direct democracy since 1390. It fulfills the highest ideals of both communism and representational democracy, as governance is by the people, directly. The People's Petition is a framework for how humanity can make important decisions peacefully and without war. It is not a solution to issues, but a way to make decisions on solutions. A successful majority vote for this petition will mean humanity regains control of its destiny. With it, the people of Earth will have a global mandate and be able to say to the global power elites that this is how we will make planetary laws. The People's Petition is a planetary peace plan. It has 3 main points. In the current United Nations format, 5 countries hold veto power and the rest of the world is disempowered. These 5 countries are China, France, Russia, the UK and the USA. The People's Council design addresses the basic unfairness of the United Nations and shares the Earth into 9 regions. The People's Council is an evolution of the United Nations. It is made up of 24 seats. Each region of Earth sends an equal number of males and females. Therefore, the People's Council is made up of 12 men and 12 women. The Earth is shared into 9 regions. 3 regions, India, China and Africa, represent 4 seats, while the other 6 regions represent 2 seats. Each region votes in their own delegates. It is important to understand that these delegates are only administrators. They hold no actual political power. They can only action policies that are created by the majority vote of humanity. The will of the people is created by the result of the direct democratic process. Therefore, the People's Council is controlled by the majority vote of humanity. The People's Council holds no actual power, as all global petitions are decided by humanity. All persons 18 years and over are eligible to vote. Therefore, all individuals over 18 years of age may create, register and vote on global petitions. When a budget or law needs to be passed, the idea is put to the global vote. This process is called global direct democracy. The People's Council administrators do not make decisions. Policy initiatives are also decided by the people directly, which is called petition making. Representational democracy is a form of democracy in which people vote for representatives who then vote on policy initiatives, as opposed to direct democracy, in which people vote on policy initiatives directly. Switzerland has used the instruments of direct democracy since 1390. Citizens have much more power than citizens living in representational democracies. Direct democracy is also known to be used in some villages in India, where it is called the Gram Sabha. There is the need for a global law that makes it illegal to coerce someone into voting a particular way. It is of vital importance that people are free to vote as their heart dictates. It is equally important that both sides of an issue get equal time allocated in the media. Direct democracy is the best process we have to govern ourselves. Whatever is truly in the people's interests will prevail, and people will always vote in a way that supports their own interest. Self-interest can be harnessed in a way that supports all life. Direct democracy might not be perfect, but it is the best, most fair process we have for creating planetary law. We believe the majority of the majority do care about the minority. Anyway, it is a far better process than allowing a few elites to fight each other forever in a state of perpetual war. The sovereignty triangle is the key that unlocks this whole peace plan. It was conceived in 2005 by a female Pitjantjatjara elder and communicated it to the author in Bourke, New South Wales, Australia. This elder wishes to remain anonymous, but she does ask for healing for her people in exchange for this key. The sovereignty triangle is a simple visual. Through it, we understand that the People's Council is not above human beings and their communities. All the majority global votes which create planetary law must also be ratified by local people and their communities, provinces and nations. For example, a majority vote for the ending of the use of coal may occur, but some nations or provinces may not comply with the new global law, if that is their wish. However, the global population may then respond and may vote to place trade embargoes on areas that do not comply with global laws. Therefore, communication is reciprocal. There is a moral obligation to listen, to learn, to understand, and then respond. The purpose is not to win or dominate, but to equalise, thereby producing further balance. No species, group, or country is boss for another. Each adheres to its own laws. Forgiveness is vital if we, humanity, are to move forward in a peaceful direction, step by step. The People's Petition is about positive evolution and peace, not retribution and revenge. But the main reason Provision 1 has been made an inseparable part of the People's Petition is so the global power elites and the transnational corporate class can relax and not oppose this peace plan. It is better to give those who hold the strings of power an escape route, or they will fight to the death to oppose this transfer of power. Anyway, these global elites are members of the one human family. They have children and communities they care for. We should not blame them for rising to the top of a dysfunctional system. We have all been born into a game of might is right, and humanity has been playing at war since the beginning of time. Understanding, compassion, and forgiveness are the only weapons we have to transcend war. It is no small thing to end armed conflict. If we are guided by anger and the need for retribution, we will only continue the cycle of violence. Provision 2 is simply an acknowledgement that the earth is a living entity and that we should care about its health. We have given this right to transnational corporations, so surely we can give it to our planetary home. If a transnational corporation can be considered a legal entity, then so can our planet.